Hello, and welcome to this of Steve's Eclectic Adventures. I've decided that I'm going to give you a before and after look at the painting that is taking place in our house. And right now you're looking at me reflected in our brand new TCL 55-inch 4K television. But now let's take a look at the before. See our lights hanging there, the window looking out on our front road there and our neighbors across the street. These guys are doing a fantastic job. They've just filled in 4 holes that we had in the wall from a television wall mount. And I'm going to take you past this and notice the pink there. Now they paint the wall after they've got it prepared, they paint it, but then they look for other imperfections and they patch those imperfections, and then they'll paint it again. Over on this side, you can see the finished product. They have covered all the way to the back. There's our pictures hanging up. There's a picture of horses that my wife just had to have about 3.5 years ago. They've already done this room in blue. This is the master bedroom. And you see the fan. There are fans on the ceilings in there and the next room over. The third room is my room, and there's no fan in there. But they are doing a fantastic job. These doors that you see, especially this front door, these were all made just up the street by a woodworking company, and that's what they do. They make doors like this. Now, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to show you some there. And today, I was planning to do a different video. I was planning to take you on a tour of Pambuhan, but today we're going to Daet, and so I'm going to pause it here, and then I'm going to show you the way to Daet. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, again, just a quick view of the front of the house. It is very bright today. Our garden here in the front, you can see various things being planted. I'm not sure what that tree is and what's growing up there. That's fairly new. But so I think we're waiting for the howler. So I'm going to take a little walk down the street. We're waiting. Okay, right next door to us is this brand new Sari Sari store. Again, I mentioned in the last video about Sari Sari stores. And yeah, this person owns a vehicle. Vehicle ownership, car, four-wheel drive SUVs, is becoming more and more here in the Philippines. Personally, I only want a motorcycle. And I'm about to order a Kawasaki Dominar 400. This is another Sari Sari store. You can buy load for your cell phone here. Globe Load. Good morning. And you can see that open field there. And I'm just showing you various homes. Now here's a home, and again, it's made of hollow block. You can see along the side. And that's my wife up ahead there, Narissa. I have a feeling she's going a different way to get the jeepney we'll be riding on. But, oh, she's turning into her mother's house. So, here's another Sari Sari store, and we know the people that have owned that store. Morning. And another home here. And this is more or less the end of town. Beyond that, those houses there, as you can see, they're drying rice. But beyond those houses there is a rice paddy and a small creek, and I'm going to sneak under the thing here. And this is my mother-in-law's sorry store with my sister-in-law there. And she didn't, although she does various videos herself on YouTube, she doesn't want to be filmed right now. I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to pick it up when we get on the jeepney. Now this is an area where you can sit and wait for the jeepney, which is coming. Here comes the jeepney now. Jeepney will fit 11 people on either side. And now, I am riding on the outside of the jeepney. I'm riding on where the guys that take the money usually ride. Now I'm hoping that this is good. We're looking out to San Miguel Bay there. There, as you can see in the distance, is a cell phone tower. It appears to me that they have upgraded to 5G in the Philippines, because all of a sudden we can actually do video calls up at the resort, which we hadn't been able to before. And you can see this gentleman carrying something he's harvested along the road. See, it is not unusual to ride on top of the jeepney. And then you see the mountains there in the background. Hello.
Morning.
You want to be on YouTube?
Yeah.
Here we go. Couple guys riding by on motorcycles. You going to Daet?
It's super fun in the Philippines.
Very good, I agree. More fun in the Philippines is right. So there you have some local people, and they're riding their motorcycles most likely to Basud and Daet. And I'm going to pause it now, and I'll pick it up when we get to more interesting areas. Okay, I've started the video again because we're coming up on a new building. There has been a lot of new building along this road. This is a main highway that not only goes to Pambuhan, where we live, but also down to Colossi. And this is a new home that's been built in the last 2 years. And the person obviously is a jeepney driver. And you can just see all the things. They're making hollow block back there, which is what a lot of the homes are built, and it's solid. Hollow block is an excellent way to build your home. There's another home coming up. There's a home with hollow block, another one, and another jeepney, not for hire, so they own that, and it's a private jeepney, and they don't pick up passengers. But this is the area now. If this road we are on would continue south to the south end of San Miguel Bay, it would go all the way down to Naga, and we could most likely get to Naga in about a half hour to 45 minutes. However, it stops. There are cliffs on the way down, various other obstructions. They could do it. They could get it down to Naga. But so far, they haven't done the work necessary to extend it. As it is, to go to Naga, which is a city of about 250,000 people, compared to Daet, where we're going today, which is about 125,000 people, that is also, Naga that is also where the Bureau of Immigration office is, where I have to go in order to get my visa extensions. My first visa extension will be about 30 days. After that, I can get a visa extension for 2 months, 4 months, or 6 months. And fortunately, not all offices allow you to get a 6-month extension. But as of 2 years ago, the Naga office was allowing 6-month extensions. When you get a 6-month extension, you also get an ACRI card, which has your picture on it, has a number on it. It's good for a year, and it identifies you as being a more long-term resident. It's an identification card that you need in order to open a bank account here and for various other purposes. So, enough of the plant life on the side of the road. Once again, I'm going to pause it here. There's a little bit more. They're obviously growing a banana grove back in there. And as every time I point it in that direction, I gotta wait for the branch to go by. That is San Miguel Bay. Beautiful sunny day. We've had 3 days of rain. I'm glad that I videoed the last episode on Saturday because it was our last sunny day before a tropical storm was coming through. So, I'm gonna pause it again and we'll pick it up shortly. I just thought I'd take a shot at this. They did put street lights in along here not long ago, well, about 2 years ago before I left. So I thought I'd give a shot of that. Prior to these street lights, of course, it was extremely dark at night riding along here. All you had was your headlight. One more street light and some more houses. Okay, this area that I'm showing you now is a new resort that was just built within the last 2 years, perhaps even the last year, because they're still working on it. There is a swimming pool down there, which I was interested to see. And you can see Masalong Salong. That's the name of the town we're coming into. But notice, as we look down on the beach, it's a rocky beach. So they have to have that swimming pool to make it a good resort, because all along this area, up to a certain point, the beaches are very rocky. And because we've got this view, I'm also going to shoot out at the islands that are out there. We were going to go to one of those islands on Saturday, but that didn't happen. And so we will wind up going to an island, one of those islands, at some point in the future. I'm keeping the video going because we're coming up on a church. This is a Mormon church, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I'm just going to film this as we go by. We've got a little tricycle or howler, as they say. There it is. I don't know if you're able to catch that sign, but many Protestant denominations are represented here in the Philippines. Not only do we have Mormons, but we also have Jehovah's Witnesses, Presbyterians, Methodists, Baptists, you name it. We've got it represented here. So that's it for now, and I'll pick it up again when, once again, there's something interesting. Okay, we're just passing through Masalong Salong, and I'm just shooting back behind me for the basketball court area. And now here we are. You can see a good shot of San Miguel Bay and the bridge that we're crossing. There are many rivers that come down out of the mountains. And this is low tide. It gets even lower. You would see even more of the rocks out there. So the tide is going out. But this new seawall that's been built, when it's high tide, the waves are actually crashing against the seawall and spraying up over the road. So, and as we come up here, I'm going to keep filming or videoing because something's being built here. And I've waved to these guys before, so we'll watch and see. I don't know what it is they're building, but over time we will find out. Hello. Hello. Good to see you. Very friendly. And here's a thank you for visiting sign we're coming up on. And that's it for now. Again, I'll pick it up in the future. I've started filming again, or videoing. I will never get away from that idea of filming. It just goes back to when you used to put stuff on film. But this is an elementary school in Innapanas, and you can see the sign there. So this is an elementary school. It's at the far end of town, and we're coming through this town. But they do a good job on their schools and making sure they have plenty of classrooms. That building you saw at the very beginning was a brand new set of classrooms. And so much for that. Whoops. I had to dodge a leaf. We're stopping to pick people up, and I'm pausing. I'm currently in the city of Daet, down at the end of this street, one of the main streets. You can see Leon Hernandez Hospital, which is where both of our children were born. And you also see a Jollibee sign. Now I'm going to pan across, and you can see the Welcome to Daet sign. There is an upper level there with some various shops, but most of the shops are down below. And you can see the traffic moving along here. And the traffic's about to change. The light is changing. And so I am now going to walk down. I'm going to Broncoli Pizza. And I'm going to video as I walk. No, gracias. There's another Jollibee right here. Jollibee is very, very popular. And there are Jollibees in the United States, in San Diego, Los Angeles. I actually saw the one in San Antonio, Texas. It was very near an LBC shipping point. LBC allows you to ship boxes of any weight from the United States and a few other countries to the Philippines. They have various sizes. The extra large is what I normally pack. But here you can see shops all along the way. This is mostly hardware stores. And the traffic. Motor Trade is one of the main motorcycle dealerships. You can buy Hondas, Kawasaki's, Suzuki's, Yamahas through Motor Trade. I am about to buy a Kawasaki Dominar 400. I don't know that you can buy it anywhere else, but it's a 400cc bike, and you have to have a minimum of 400 cc's to ride the highways around Manila. Now, while I'm walking, I've mentioned that I've used for the videoing in the past an LG K51 cell phone. It's a 5G cell phone, and I've used that, but I've also used a Vivo. And I'm using a new Vivo now. My old Vivo was a Vivo, a V. You can hear this is a department store we're going past. But the old Vivo, which was about 3 years old, was a Vivo 11i. And I just bought, both for myself and for my wife as a birthday present, I bought a Vivo V23e. It's got the Steadicam feature, so as I walk, the video is fairly steady. When I'm in a jeepney or on a motorcycle, a howler, the video is steady. Just up there, the green building has a McDonald's in it. It's also known as the Old SM. You can probably see the circle with the SM logo at the top. There's a brand new 2-story SM mall further up the street. But I am going to walk down this street because this is where Broncoli Pizza is. So I'm going to take you down there. Hopefully you get to meet Branco Broncoli and his wife. Branco was going to have a pizza kiosk in the mall, but having been there, the mall is where we bought these Vivo smartphones. I'd say at least half of the shops that they could have are not open. And so, for a number of reasons, Broncoli decided against the... are you doing breakfast? No? Okay, well I'll order something. Okay, so I'm gonna sit down here. Branco upstairs?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, Branco Broncoli is upstairs. I'm gonna pause it here. Give you an idea. Broncoli Pizza, Italian Vero. There's the various pizzas. And down here, there are a number of tables. And he's got an upstairs area. But apparently, he is sleeping. So, I'm going to pause it here, and we'll pick it up later. Branco has provided a comparison between ice cream and gelato. So I thought I'd hold this up. As you can see, ice cream, 60% more whipping process, gives ice cream a light and fluffy texture. Gelato, 20% slow churning, gives gelato a denser texture. Well, I'll let you read the rest of it as I hold it in terms of the cream and eggs, thank you, milk and temperature. So there you go, the difference between ice cream and gelato. Okay, I'm here in the jeepney terminal, which is also the Filtronco bus terminal. A little further down you can see DLTB. That's 2 bus lines that go into Manila, among other places. You can take these buses south down to Legazpi, which is an area where I have already been and will most likely go again. But there's the main road out there. That main road is AH-26, also known as Route 1 in the Philippines, and it goes from the northernmost end of the Luzon Island all the way down to Davao and the southernmost end. And when it crosses water, it is facilitated by ferries. But in the meantime, and you can see these tricycles here, once you come in here on a jeepney, there is a tricycle area. I'm going to walk down this way a little bit, and you can see that little building there with the driveway area that comes in. There's a van coming down there now. That is where the jeepneys congregate so they can take you wherever you need to go in Daet. And then, all along here are the jeepneys. That one that says Gemini there, we've got the van coming past. The van is a UV Express, and the UV Express is what I normally take to go down to Naga. It takes me about an hour to come up here by jeepney, and then I get a UV Express from here, and it's another 2 hours to get down to Naga. But that Gemini jeepney is the one I will be taking back to Pambuhan, and you can see some buses parked there. And this is just the area. This is the jeepney area that you take to get where you're going. I'll pick it up again later. This is boku juice, which is made with coconut. As you can see, I have a glass of it here. And we've got mangoes as well. I bought mangoes here, and besides eating the mangoes, we've also made mango milkshakes. So this is just some more of the terminal. And that's it for now. Well, hello, and as an epilogue, I just mentioned that I am back home now, obviously. You can see the picture window, or the window behind me in our living room, with the open door and the painting that is still taking place. Thank you for watching, and I hope you got a feel for the area I live in and the city of Daet. When I take trips, I'm planning a trip next week to Dumaguete. I will be visiting with Paul in the Philippines, Old Dog New Tricks. That is the name of his YouTube channel. And I also hope to visit with Mark Thornton, whose YouTube channel is Every Man Has a Story. So I intend to post links to some of their more recent videos down below. But just to make a comment, the one video I'm going to post a link to from Paul, Old Dog New Tricks, is one he did just a few days ago about what it's like to live in the Philippines, and is it right for you to decide to move here? I'm going to add my own few comments. What I tell people about living in the Philippines is, if you can imagine yourself going back 150 years in time, back to 1872. Now, this is when there was no electricity in people's homes. The telephone was about to be invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876. I have looked that up, and apparently there was an Italian who designed and invented a rudimentary telephone back in 1849. And I'm trying to think, there was another gentleman from a different country who also had invented a telephone in the 1850s. But Alexander Graham Bell was the very first one to actually patent the telephone. But if you can imagine yourself living in a time without electricity in your home, without running water, without a telephone service, and you can foresee yourself being able to live in that environment, then you would be appropriate for living in the Philippines. We have electricity, we have Wi-Fi, obviously we have cell phone service, but it does go out from time to time. I have been here when we've had a significant typhoon come through. They don't call it category, they call it, I think, Session 5. A Session 5 is equivalent to our Category 5 hurricanes. And we've had the power go out for as many as 3 weeks. So if you can feel that you can live under those conditions with power going out for that length of time and having no cell phone service, then yes, you would do well here in the Philippines. But if you want to get some more insights, please watch the video. Again, I will post the link in the comment section, and you can watch Paul describe similar situations that he has encountered in his years here in the Philippines. So I thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button. Let me know that you liked the video. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe to Steve's Eclectic Adventures. And we'll see you again next time.